Disorderly product news. Disorderly product news. Disorderly product news. D-P-N D-P-N.
What's going on, guys? Happy weekend. Happy Saturday. Here we are. We're back with body camera footage number 2. The real body camera footage of the officer who recognized me just by the side of my car. Somehow, if you remember, this stop happened 48 hours after I went inside the BELLWOOD Police Department live. And just to tell them the mission statement of Demand Your Flag, we demand that American flag be the only flag that's put on the people's property, buildings, and uniforms. Just tell them that mission statement. I had a flag in one hand and a camera in the other. And what do you know? I was surrounded. One man came out, then another man came out. He flanked me. Then a third man came out and stood behind me. All armed, except for the one guy. I don't think he had his gun on him. I think he came out unprepared, but I'm not sure. He also put himself behind a table. So he flanked me, but also put himself in the worst, least advantageous position. But it was really just a show of force, right? How dare you come in here with a camera into our police station, right? It was just a show of force, a show of intimidation that completely backfired, blew up in their face. But right here, this is field training officer or field targeting officer Clark. Star number, it's on the call. This is a gentleman that refused ID, yet he knew who I was just by looking at the side of my car. So he is a public official, look up the word public, and I am a private citizen, yet he knew my details, and he would not give me his details. There's something wrong with that. And I filled out an official complaint, yet have not heard back from them, so I'll talk to them about that. But, so, let's hear what Clark has to say. His conversation is definitely very, very, very interesting, and he turned his body camera on after he already had put the car in park, so we don't know if he had his seatbelt on or off upon arrival, but we do know that Harvey neither had his seatbelt on arrival nor departure, so they are 0 for 2 in the seatbelts, on the seatbelt stop. They're not wearing their seatbelts. Let's watch.
Obviously, I started for no seatbelt, and then when I went up to the car, he goes, "Oh, you didn't see it on?" I saw him put it on. And then I go and ask for his driver's license and insurance. I'm like, "Okay, is this your current address on your ID? This is all I'm giving you. You don't need anything else." I said, "I know, I just want to know where to write the ticket to." And he goes, "I'm not answering any more questions."
That's his ID? I think this is the guy who was in the lobby the other day.
Oh, really? Yeah. And I'm like, "I just want to know where to write the ticket to." He goes, "I'm not answering any more questions." I say, "Okay, that's fine.
Whatever.
Listen here, turkey neck, I know it's fine. Whether you say it's fine or not fine, I'm still going to do it. Say it isn't fine, and I'm still not going to answer questions. But why does he know who I am? I came in there with a flag and a camera. That's what I came in there with. Why did they look at the security camera, look at my license plate, run my license plate, get my information, and then give it to all their officers? Do they do that with everybody that comes into their lobby? Why'd they do it with me? Why did they do it with me? Why did they review their security footage, run my license plate, and then hand out that information to all their officers? Because I was in there 48 hours earlier. He was not there. And I never gave him my name. So how does he know my name? Because they looked through their footage, they ran my license plate, and then they handed it out to all their officers. Why would they do that? Why? Why would they do that? Ask yourself that. Why would they do that? Watch my video. I'll put the link in the description. I'll put the tag at the end, a box at the end that you can push and use it. And it'll show you how I figured out what they did to give me this ticket. Because there's no way he could have seen me. He was 8 blocks away when I passed him. And he was more than that because he was coming from the opposite direction. But you'll have to watch that whole video to show you how I came to my conclusion.
We're good, man. This is the guy from the lobby the other day.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so you don't need to create any more scene than it's going to be.
Yeah, I was just going to spend my time over on
Field targeting officer Clark, star number, it's on the call. communist he is, says, this is the guy that was in the lobby the other day. Is it? So we don't need to create any more of a circus than it already is. You created the circus. You failed to ID. You did that. You didn't ID. You created this. You're blaming everyone else and asking like everyone else. You didn't ID. And you should be ashamed of yourself. And you're a field training officer? They should demote you to secretary. Should make you sit behind the desk and hand out paperwork and staple. Did you hear that? I asked him for his name and his star number, and his natural inclination was to hide behind the door. Like he's standing there looking right at me, and I said, "Excuse me, sir, what's your name and your star number?" And he ducks behind the door, which makes absolutely no sense to me. But that just kind of shows you his mindset. His first unconscious thought was to get away from me, hide. Watch. Sir, what's your name and your star number? You. The gentleman's on the scene. He doesn't want to give his name. It's B. Clark. S. Clark. What's your star number, Clark? He's just mean mugging. Well, you're on scene and you're in your official capacity. Are you not required to identify yourself? Ooh, he's confused. He's confused. He doesn't know what to do. Look at him, he's just mean mugging, that's all he can do.
At the Mark Township Road. Obviously you didn't listen. Are you on an unincorporated county road right now? Fine, just put refused. You got his license, right?
Yep.
Keep his license.
So now listen to this insanity. He's instructed that officer to keep my license if I say I'm not going to sign, which I could care less about signing, but I say, okay, I'll sign that. I just need that gentleman's name. He's on scene. He's acting in his official capacity. You have me in a detainment. How do you not identify yourself in that situation? How? And then he's got his nose pressed all in my window, looking at my front seat and my back seat, right? The Supreme Court's upheld that we have some privacy. We maintain some privacy in our car. Fourth Amendment. Now, if he would have looked in there and he would have said that he saw something in plain sight and then did a vehicle search, forget the fact that he's got me in a detainment. Now, let's say he takes it to the next step. He's never even identified himself, but he's going to use his police powers against me when you won't even tell me who you are? So you're inspecting my car, looking for something in plain sight. You think I'm going to let this tyranny happen and say thank you? Oh, he didn't answer my questions. He wouldn't answer my questions. I'm not required to answer your questions. I don't care about signing that. I'll sign that all day. I'm going to be in court. I beat you in court. I beat you. You didn't get a chance to get up and say anything. I beat you. Made you look silly. Would have made you even look sillier. The judge granted you a reprieve. Because if I would have got you on the stand, Harvey, I would have made you would have been in tears. You would have been in tears like the Metro officer that I put in tears. You would have stopped answering. The judge would have called the mercy roll like they called for her. Oh, I would have went through you. Oh my God, I wish I could I want to go and I want to file a motion to vacate that decision and put you back in court. Even though the Supreme Court's upheld that we maintain some privacy in our cars. So you're looking for something that would give you probable cause to do a search, but yet you're not identifying yourself. Right? You're not identifying yourself. You took your security camera. You use everything that we pay for, the taxpayers pay for, to look up who I am. All that fancy equipment that we pay for. And you're not identifying yourself? While you're trying to give me a $164 ticket, $210 if I don't want it to go on my record, if I want to take safety school classes. That's repugnant, repulsive, and it's just... It's corrupt. It's corrupt. Forget about the 500,000 people, the 250,000, 250,000 views that people have watched on that video. And don't add up all the numbers that you see on my videos because those aren't the real view counts for people that don't know. It's much more than that. I'll be the first person in history to vacate a favorable decision. First person in history to file a motion to vacate a favorable decision. $164 if I plead guilty and mail in my check to these thieves. $210 if I want to register for classes so it doesn't go on my permanent record and my insurance doesn't go up. We've seen 3 instances of them getting in or out of their car. They are 0 for 2 for putting their seatbelts on, and the last one from the beginning of this video we don't know. But I guarantee you, he probably didn't have a seatbelt on. I can almost guarantee you he didn't. Not only that, they got multiple tickets for using a communication device that's not hands-free while driving. A couple of those, they're up over 1,000 in tickets. Void of an emergency, you cannot evade traffic laws. Void of an emergency, you cannot evade traffic laws. Maybe that's fake seatbelt tickets an emergency to you. Oh, this got my blood going again. I'm back at it with it. I'm back in the saddle with him. I'm back in the saddle with him. Let's go.
Roll down your window. Don't let him get to you, man. So you're writing all fast. Take a breath. Yeah, it's not worth it.
And that's what kept me going in law enforcement. When you ask a cop, why do you want to be a cop, or why are you being a cop? Their answer always is, I want to help people. That's all bull crap. They're out here doing this because of the adrenaline rush. When you first break out of the academy, writing a simple traffic ticket, your hand shakes and you get that adrenaline rush. Well, after 500 writing tickets, 500 times writing tickets, it's no longer a big deal.
Roll down your window. Don't let them get to you, man. So you're writing all fast. Take a breath.
Don't let him get to you. Does this guy think everybody's stupid? Like he's in that position because of you. Because you wouldn't identify. Because you wouldn't identify when I asked you straight on. So he's not going to tell who you are if you yourself aren't going to identify. You put him in that position. You put him in that position. Blaming it on me. Oh, don't let him get to you. Oh, it's funny. When I called your master sergeant, he said, "Oh, do you want to come in and file a misconduct report?" That's the first thing he said when I told him the story of what you did. You put him in that position. You, because you're unprofessional and you're corrupt and you're used to getting away with it 99.9% of the time. But you pulled over DPN. Unlucky you.
Yeah, it's not worth it. Make sure you don't miss that court date.
Squeeze me? Baking powder? You would have been sitting there too had it gone to trial. I'd have subpoenaed you too. What are you talking about? Don't make sure he doesn't miss it. I'm going to make sure you're there. Make sure you don't miss it. You better make sure you do miss it. And then Harvey says, "Yeah, I'm gonna put a star on this body camera footage. I'm gonna mark this. Good. It'll make it easier for the town attorney to give it to me when he looks for it. It made it simple. Oh, this is the one right here."
You can give it to him. You already completed it.
Yes, sir.
All right, buddy. Have a good one.
You don't want to identify yourself?
It's right there, man.
And what's the star number? What's your star number?
Have a good day.
Nothing like transparency, right?
Don't run into me.
You see that? I got him running like thieves in the night. He doesn't put his seatbelt on. Puts the car in reverse, does not put his seatbelt on. And he's telling Harvey, "Don't run into me," because Harvey's trying to leave the scene. You know, it's a stick up. Give us $160 and let's get out of here, guys. They're about to crash into each other trying to leave. They're fleeing from me. What happened there was, when Harvey says yes, because he keeps on going round in circles thinking I want my ID back. Or I do want my ID back, obviously. There was 3 times I could not do things. One time was major because I did not have my ID. But what I said was, "Is the traffic stop over?" And he kind of has a smirk and goes, "Yep," because he thinks that's fine. Oh, I'm not going to get my ID back. That's not what I asked him. I asked him that because then the detainment's over. Now I can jump out of my car with my camera. I'm 10 steps ahead of you. This is chess. You're playing checkers. And I jump out with my camera and I confront the guy with the turkey chin, Clark. Star number, it's on the call. And the reason I say it's on the call is because that's what he kept on telling me. Where can I get the star number? It's on the call. How do I get the star number? It's on the call. I still have not received a call. I don't know what the call is. I have no idea. I have no idea what this call is. None. But that's where all this information is at. It's on the call. So I had them running like thieves in the night, smashing into each other. 0 for 3. 0 for 3. None of them had their seatbelts on. Harvey, both times, when he came and when he left, he did not put his seatbelt on. We couldn't tell with turkey neck star numbers on the call because he turned his body camera on after he put the car in park. But you just see him put it in reverse. You see him put it in drive. You see him put it in gear. And he did not buckle it. He did not click it. So it's time to get a ticket. Anyways, there you go. Thieves, thieves, thieves. That's how thieves leave the scene, in a hurry. And if you've not watched the video in which I put 2 and 2 together on how they pulled me over, because this whole time they're saying I didn't have my seatbelt on when I turned from Mannheim. We were nowhere near Mannheim when you pulled me over. We were 8 blocks away from Mannheim when we passed. I was going east down Washington. He was coming west. And so I put it all together. I implore you to watch that video. Either way, this is Disorderly Product News. Saying, all the videos related to this event will be in the description. But saying, have a fantastic weekend. Good night.